You are now tuned in to FTBDM from the Black Dragon's mouth. Dragon up, man.
What's going on, people? It's JM the Black Dragon King, and you are tuned in to FTBDM from the Black Dragon's mouth. Now, of course, this show is commentary from my point of view, whether it has to do with current events, entertainment, media, or whatever the fuck I feel like talking about. So I'm going to give it to you straight, direct, and raw, like that chicken I saw some of these cooking for bay-ass plates on the internet today. And the reason I'm returning to my more raw format, well, there's a couple of reasons. One, it's therapeutic. I like to be able to speak freely without having to hear everybody's bullshit. If you don't like my content, feel free to click to the next video, the next track, or whatever, or hit that big red X altogether. It doesn't bother me. All right, my audience is gonna run with me regardless. If they feeling what I'm saying and it applies to them, cool. They'll be listening and they'll continue to listen. Second of all, for 6 days out of the week, I listen to what everybody else has to say and conduct myself how they want me to conduct myself. I hear shit like, well, you shouldn't say this, or you shouldn't say that. And I hear this all the time, 24 hours a day. I'm bombarded on how the Black Dragon King is supposed to operate and take care of business. None of that has worked. So what I'm going to do is do what I do best. And that's give it to you directly, straight from the Black Dragon's mouth. All right? We're gonna go ahead and continue with the show. And before I kick this show off, let me go ahead and shout out the boys at 808 Workshop. Now, this beat that you're hearing in the background is one of many beats that they have for sale on their site, starting as low as $5 and going up as high as $50. So if you don't have the cash to flash right now, go ahead and get that $5 package, which gives you up to 2,000 units for commercial use. And again, like I said on last show, I'm not bullshitting. This is no joke. This is the real deal. Now, the people at 808 Workshop have worked with companies such as UFC, WWE, artists such as Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane. So go ahead and go to 808workshop.com and tell them you heard it on FTBDM and that the Black Dragon House sent you. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to Gucci Mane on his engagement to Keisha Kayora. Now, if you're not too familiar with who Keisha Kayora is, she is one of the few video vixens turned entrepreneur. Now, if I am wrong about that, somebody correct me. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. All right, now the spectacular moment happened live within the NBA. It was a Hawks game. I don't care who they were playing against because I don't watch the Hawks that much. I'm a Memphis Grizzly fan. When the kiss cam came around to Gucci and his girlfriend, Guwop pulled out a huge rock, leaned over, spit his game, and said something along the lines probably like, "Baby, marry me." She accepted, she flashed the ring, and they're all smiles. So again, big shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Radrick Davis. And if you didn't know that was his name, you're not really a Gucci fan. I mean, he has 2 mixtapes that say The State versus Radrick Davis. But here's the fucked up part. Social media finds a way to make something positive into a motherfucking negative. Instead of people saying, hey, congrats, oh, we're happy for him, they've been pissy about him not kneeling to propose. Let me repeat this for you one more time so you can hear how ignorant this sounds. IGN, ignorant. Just because the man didn't get on his knee and propose You got motherfuckers upset. Got their panties in a bunch. Whatever you want to call it. Now it's gotten so bad that somebody started a meme saying there's two type of niggas. One side has got Russell Wilson kneeling to Sierra, kissing her hand, proposing. And then the other one, of course, Guap showing his ring to his girl. Why in the fuck does it matter if he knelt or not? And knelt is a word. Look that shit up in the dictionary. It shouldn't be one of those situations where a real man will get on his knees and propose. No, it don't work like that. It works how the man feels like he wants to do it. Simple and plain. In a day and age where people complain about, oh, there's no black love and every relationship to every person here in this generation wants to play each other and shit, you should be happy. Shit, I was happy when Russell and Sierra got engaged. Despite all the bullshit, well, Russell's a simp, he's a fuck boy, he went behind and got Future sloppy second. So the fuck was it? If the man is happy and she's happy, who the fuck cares? So I got a theory that comes behind this shit. One, it comes from somebody who's still on the bench during cuffing season. I know the drafts are already finished, motherfuckers in the game scoring points, and your ass still riding the oak. If that's you, suck it up and own that shit. Stop complaining. Two, somebody got cut from the team. We'll go play for another team and find another coach. Let that shit go. I understand. As a human, shit like that hurts. Just because I have asshole-ish ways doesn't mean I don't feel pain. I've had it happen to me before. I've been cut. I've been cheated on. The world still keeps turning. But y'all make that shit seem like it's a life or death situation. And now for my third one, it's just a motherfucker that likes to complain about shit, period. Go do something with your life or something. God damn. Y'all turn a monumental moment into some bullshit, or you turn a positive moment into some bullshit. Let these people be happy. Take your miserable ass home somewhere with that shit, man. Again, whoever's been getting engaged within the last year and a half, and to those who just recently got engaged, congratulations. And don't let motherfuckers like these get to y'all too. Damn. And man, y'all be killing it. Killing a good vibe with some of these shit. An excellent vibe in all of the crazy shit that's going on now. That's the thing you're gonna bring up. So y'all can go ahead and kill this fuckboy noise, this bitch made nigga shit, or whatever y'all want to call it, because you're not getting your way. That's childish. And most of y'all are grown, just like me. Still going off about some silly shit and try to dictate what society has set for men and women. Because if you want my honest opinion, without me going too goddamn deep into what's going on now, shit has made a 180. At least in my eyes. I grew up in the 90s. I'm an 80s baby. I was born in the early 80s. And the shit that's going on now, wouldn't have flown back then. Or wouldn't have flew, whatever word you want to use. So y'all can go ahead and kill the noise with all that. And if somebody's not proposing to you or treating you right in a relationship like you want, fix it or leave. Let that shit go. LIG. It'll solve a lot of problems. And let me go ahead and just close that rant out, man. Damn. And speaking of rants, the king of rants is back in the news, Mr. Kanye West. Now this one, in my opinion, is a fucking doozy. Peep this here. Kanye West had a concert out in Cali. And of course he came up on the stage and everybody was expecting this hot ass show. But during one of his songs, he cuts the music and he goes into a rant about politics, about fuck the radio, about getting his message out. That's typical Kanye. You'd have to expect that from him. Don't be surprised whenever he cuts the music off and gets onto the mic. Now, the thing that got to people was his rant about the election. He basically said, in other terms, I didn't vote, but if I did, I'd vote for Trump. Man, the crowd lost it. They went savage. They went ham, turkey, pork, and all that shit on him. They booed at him. They jeered at him. And somebody was slick enough to throw the damn shoe up at him. But the player thing that he did was, he signed the shoe and he threw that bitch right back. So that's cold-blooded. At least that is in my opinion. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip and let y'all hear what he really had to say.
Oh shit, you threw something at me. Did somebody else want to throw something at me? But you know what? I got the power to get that guy kicked out or whatever, roughed up. No, stay here. What do you believe? That's your opinion. Express your opinion, bro. Express your opinion. Thank you. That's a woman right there saying, I love you. After I just said that there was things that I liked about Trump's campaign. That's not supposed to happen, right? No. That's not supposed to happen, right? Case in point.
Still saying I want that old Kanye, not that new Kanye.
Oh no, we don't know. I guess we're just not gonna sell out the rest of the tour now. There's methods, non-political methods to speaking that I like, that I feel were very futuristic. And that style and that method of communication has proven that it can be a politically correct way of communication. And I fuck with that. You threw something at me. Now he won't be signing Jeezy. I don't say 2020 because out of disrespect to our president at all. I'm not saying that, oh man, that just means that anybody can win. That's not what I'm saying when I say 2020. I just said I got some ideas about the way we should connect our ideas. That we should use opposite parties, that the Republicans, that the Democrats, that everyone that ran that had an idea that people agreed with should be the collective ideas that are used to run the country. And that should mean more. So it's things that Benjamin Carson believes in, that I believe in. I think that Benjamin Carson should still be a consultant. I think that Hillary Clinton should still be a consultant. I think that Bill Clinton should still be a consultant. Like Obama said, I think Obama should still be a consultant. It's that, oh, I'm up with your principles, so now I'm not gonna give you no information that can help you help all of us. That ain't, and make sure this dude that got the Yeezy, get the Yeezy back specifically. Hey, we gotta give it to security to give it to that. Thanks. Man, and you know what also? I'm not saying it's to diss celebrity and that all were particularly on the Democratic side. That's cool. I just like, I hate the fact that because I'm a celebrity, white people that's racist running around saying nigga now, right? Because, and if people are racist and they feel more inspired to say how they feel, then they exposing themselves, bro. This is what I'm saying. It's already the beginning of change. Sometimes things that you might think are bad have to happen in order for change to fucking happen. Sometimes you might have to not get your way to really understand what to do in the future to be able to get your way.
Now, after that was all said and done, people were ready to drag Kanye throughout the city, throughout the United States. They wanted his head on a pike, Game of Thrones style. Now check this out. People took to Twitter and they had a hashtag Kanye is over or Kanye West is over. And they threw a huge party. I mean, memes after memes, gift after gift. They went the fuck in on Kanye. Now, he's been used to shit like that before. He's dealt with it all throughout his career. So I kind of figured he was resilient in that. But something else happened. Something crazy happened. Kanye canceled the rest of his tour. And then a few days or maybe a day later, he was admitted to the hospital. Now, some people speculate that it was either due to exhaustion or it was due to mental health. Now, as we knew earlier on this year or a few months ago, Kid Cudi came out about mental health issues. And I believe that's why he shouted Cudi out. But here's the thing that gets to me. One minute they want to burn his ass at the stake. Then they want to pray for him. Now they're crying. You see how fast that flips in the age of social media? One minute they're on your side, and the next minute they're on the other side of the fence throwing rocks and shooting at you and shit. Now they're back to crying for him. So when is this fake concern gonna stop? Because we already knew Kanye was kind of spiraling down since he lost his mom. His mom was his best friend. His mom was his everything. And he even had some lyrics on it that said, "I lost the woman that knows me best." That was his mom. And I think he named his fashion line after his mom too. And another crazy thing that happened, he was admitted to the hospital under the name of Jim Jones. And of course, the rapper Jim Jones has something to say about that, and I'm going to find a clip for that too.
I have mixed emotions. I feel verklempt about the situation. I think it's the best catfish ever. I don't know what's on Kanye's mind, but he using my name is definitely a funny thing to me. He might have caught a charge. Somebody should have locked his ass up for impersonating a gangster. But on the serious side, I mean, that's kind of fucked up that he would use my name in such a crazy manner to make people feel some type of way. Like if people didn't know it wasn't him and they just thought it was Jim Jones doing the regular crazy Jim Jones thing, I could have got my ass in some trouble. So for that alone, I should charge Kanye a sucker fee. I don't really care about that type of shit. It ain't really hurt me in no way. I mean, whatever he going through, he going through. I mean, I would appreciate now that he called me, now that I do know that he is using my name as his alias. I kind of need an apology, I believe. You scared to be in your own skin? Your name Kanye, my name Jim Jones. I didn't know you wanted to trade lives. I wouldn't want to be you anyway. Not in my worst nightmare. I'm cool with who I am. You heard? I'm gonna start using his name. My new alias is Kanye West. I can't wait to pull up to hotels, the Hermes store, tell them, yes, Mr. West is outside. Yes, Mr. West is here. No, Kim is not with him, but Mr. West is here. He just needs you to bring the stuff to the car. Yeah, that $20,000 leather jacket, yeah, just bring it to the car.
Now, I'm still stuck on the whole mental health thing because it's real. It's not shit to play with. You never know who's going through some shit. You never know, man. Never know. I'm gonna give you a personal example. Growing up, I had the same thing too. My mental health wasn't there. When I was a teenager, I was diagnosed as a depressive, and I think it was even manic depressive. Right? And that's serious. That is absolutely serious. So knowing that somebody is showing the signs of any type of detriment, or let's play it again. Now, if you see anybody showing any signs of any degradation in mental health, you know not to play with that. Anything that has to do with a person's mental state. And I'm going to give you another example. I have ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and I've been struggling with it since I was a teenager. And with that, we have a lack of focus. Just imagine a browser open with about 150 tabs open at one time. That's how the mind of somebody with ADHD works. And with our brains processing a lot of stuff, sometimes it's hard to process emotion too. So a lot of people don't know if I'm sad or if I'm happy. And sometimes it used to be hard for me to process that emotion too. And it took me years to get a hold of it a little better. So my thing is, if Kanye is really in a situation where he needs a mental evaluation from, and from what I'm read, it was something called a Code 5150, where they can bring him in under those pretenses that something may be wrong. And the thing I'm trying to say is, again, if something is wrong with Ye, pray for him. Send energy, whatever you do about it. But just watch what you say and what you do when it comes to a situation like that. If you generally don't have any concern for his well-being, say your piece and move on. If you do have some concern, let it stay that way. All right? I understand that my commentary may have been a little bit shorter than it usually is, but I just had to speak out on something. And of course, if I don't feel like speaking about something for too long, I'm not going to do it. Again, it's from the Black Dragon's mouth, so I can say it for as long or as little time as I want to. That's been today's show. Thank you for tuning in to FTBDM. If you need to get in contact with me, you can reach me on Twitter at IamTheBDK. Or on Instagram with the same name. If you need to get in touch with the Black Dragon House, on Twitter is BLK Dragon House. And on Instagram is Black Dragon House. And I'm even back on Snapchat just for a little bit to see if it's still going to work at IamTheBDK at Snapchat. And as always, if you need to holler at me, get at me with either one of those channels. And another thing, if you're going through something with mental health, you're depressed, you're suicidal, reach out to somebody. That's not a time to be a proudful, boastful person. Your pride is going to be your biggest downfall if something like this is really serious. Take care of yourself, do self-care if you need it, and be sure to tune in to episode 5. And if you have anything you want me to speak about, hit me up on social media, tweet me, DM me, and I'll be sure to listen. The Black Dragon King, signing out. Peace.